Hello, everyone. Been a while. Been a week. Pretty long week. I miss doing this. Honestly, I missed seeing a lot of these teams play, and considering it's the final week of the tournament, it's gonna be a great one. Tonight we're gonna have both semifinal matches between the winners, one winner of each group and the runner-up of each of another group. Basically, winner of Group A is going to be facing the runner-up of Group B, and vice versa. Winner of Group B is going to be facing runner-up of Group A. That being said, the matches tonight will be between Visualize and Vanguard, which will take place in about 15-ish minutes from now. And the second match will be between Fallen Champions and Revenants. Honestly, just really excited to see these teams play. They've been consistent all tournament. Uh, and they've been playing like nobody's business. And yeah, without further ado, I actually have a highlight. Hello, everyone. I'm joined here by two representatives of the first two teams that will be playing. Tonight. We have for VZ, the winner of Group A, Paris. Say hi to chat.
Hello.
All right, always nice having you here. And we also have the runner-up of Group B, Vanguard, represented by Sensei Ace. Please say hi to chat.
Hey, chat.
Perfect. So I did briefly speak with them, and to determine the first map selection here, we're gonna do a quick coin flip. So I'm going to ask Sensei Ace, please pick the side of a coin.
I'll do tails.
All right. So we're gonna ask Google to graciously flip a coin. It actually picked up all of that by accident. Flip a coin. And it's going to land on tails. That means Vanguard will be the first to select map ban. So go ahead when you're ready, Ace.
We'll get rid of Abyss.
Okay, Abyss is the first ban of the series. Paris, you get the second ban.
Ban Lotus.
Okay, Lotus is the ban from Visualize. Now, Sensei Ace, first map pick.
Gonna go with Bind.
Okay, Bind will be the first map in the series. And what side would Visualize like to start on, Paris?
Attack.
Attack. Okay, so attack for VZ on Bind. And with that, you get the second map pick.
Split.
Okay, Split will be the second map this series. And what side would VG like to start on?
We'll start on defense.
Okay, perfect. With that being said, between Pearl Haven and Fracture, you get another ban. So go ahead.
We're gonna do Fracture.
Okay, Fracture will be also not played this series. And Paris, take us away with the last ban.
Ban Haven.
Okay, Haven will be banned, and the last map in the series will be Pearl. Thank you very much to both of you for participating in the map select. And since we're getting quite close to our match time here, we will be starting very shortly. So good luck to you both, and chat. See you on the server. And now we tune in to our first match of the night. Already, both sides are ready to play. Visualize and Vanguard. VZ actually starting on the attacking side here, as we just saw from the map select. And Vanguard also starting on defense. We see pretty much the standard comps that we've seen from both teams this tournament so far. For Visualize, it's a bit more intricate. It's a bit more strange to some people. Got Vice Deadlock. Cooney actually picking up the Duelist. Picking up the Duelist once again. Instead of the Deadlock, as we saw against CLSTL last week. And once again, we see Sensei Ace on the Viper, Medicine User on the Brimstone, Intervene on the Duelist, and actually Era, Era the coach having to swap in for VG, for the sake of a couple missing players. So Era will be actually picking up the Sky instead of the normal person for VG on Sky. Forgive me, I don't have that information on hand. And Wicked will also be the secondary initiator. Again, we see a bit more of a passive comp for Visualize, though still like quite heavy in utility, and honestly, like similarly, actually quite aggressive considering considering VG opted to lock in the sky rather than a sentinel at all. So in just a moment here, we will be beginning our match, and really, I can't wait to see how the runners-up will fare against the dominant team in Group A. This is the first match between two teams of opposing groups. So really, it's up to each team's capabilities as a group as well as their individual efforts that will show us the skill difference, essentially, so to speak. You can already see the side of VZ actually stacking up towards this B main area. The Vice Flash also planted. Sensei Ace though narrowly avoiding it. Kuni here up first to bat, and Sensei Ace will start us off with first blood. Unfortunately, will fall to antagonist, but Era is still safely planted on the side. The Flash not quite clearing it out, and will actually get backstabbed as soon as the rest of VZ funnel in. Wicked with one off to Timmy Fish 12, intervene with the refrag, avenging his fallen Gecko in favor of by picking up their Gecko. The Vice Flash also in the back of the site. Yuki waiting for Paris' signal. 2-on-2 here in this pistol. Deadlock wall keeping them safe for now. But Intervene is ready to fight. Intervene is ready to take on some engagement. Sees the Rose Petal and the headshot onto Yuki as well as Paris. What a great play from Vanguard to start us off on this pistol.
There.
Intervene is ready. Intervene is here, and Intervene is ready to play. You can already see VZ stacking up towards this B side once again. Lack of weaponry definitely pushing them to take more of a clumped up approach, and the decay, wow. So much damage there from Sensei Ace's Molly, but up close and personal. Can this Judge find its mark? Gets 3! And Antagonist will be the one to stop the bleeding. They really need to get that spike planted. Yuki will not look around the corner in time, and Era will actually pick up the last 2. And again, a very solid hold from VG. A second round for them on the board.
Here. Defuse the spike.
Safety's off.
Again, we see... actually, we now see a bit more of a split approach from Visualize. Now rifles in hand, making sure they divide and conquer. Kuni, though, first to see someone. Really, all we're seeing is spamming willy-nilly. really not much happening. Still though, we could see our first engagement here. Yuki actually seeing Intervene's shoulder around the corner, and the headshot will be delivered. Medicine User has the chance to shut down any sort of aggression, and as Cityfish 12 falls onto the side, will be picked off, but Yuki and Antagonist still, with one each, opening up the A site, safely securing a plant. And really, it was the guns that made the difference. A bit uncomfortable on pistol. Finding their footing, though, rather early on into this game. The wall in the way. VG have to make all the noise here. And really, it's just the utility from VZ that's just going to keep them at bay. Flash might be coming through from heaven, but Antagonist up close here. Picking off Sensei Ace with the Guardian, and Yuki will grab a third on the round. 1 for VZ on the board, thanks to the rifle.
So the battlefield changes. Let's go, Viper.
Now on the side of VG, we actually see them pick up more of a buy
Bomb buddy out.
to contend with these weapons. Timfish 12 up here against Intervene, who's really being incredibly aggressive this game so far.
Satchel out.
Kuni once again with the cross into Hookah. Sensei Ace, his beloved position, will not be forsaken. Nade will also come through to flush him out of the corner still though, shimmying to safety. Sensei Ace will not catch him for now. Looking here on the A side, Intervene with the quick
Spike
headshot
down
onto
A.
Antagonist actually. The one going their way, and Timmyfish 12 with 17 health, not incredibly like helpful for VZ situation. Paris though managing to get a timing onto Era, and the B side is actually property of VZ. Sensei Ace hearing the communication
30
that
seconds left.
more presence was shown towards A side. Still though, an unexpected turnaround here, an unexpected flipping of the map by VZ. Now suddenly VG are in a 1v3 situation. And the flash coming through, Intervene and Co will be sending it through this smoke, and the Deadlock utility is so good at stalling them out. And Yuki will be grabbing 3, and the 4th will go his way as well. The annihilation coming through the tether, the fishnet onto Wicked,
Go and meet your
and the
mate.
4th elimination will go the way of Yuki. What a play. The spray down, the funnel into the grab net, into the spray down. It's just absolute cinema for if you're a Deadlock player. Now once again we see more of a we actually see more of a 4-1 split to this A side. Cooney here can be the difference maker in the round. Well, I mean, could tip the scale early on, I mean to say, but Wicked though coming out on top, taking no damage whatsoever.
Down.
There.
And even though they're all the way up, on this A site, Antagonist as well as Wicked's strat will be coming through. Intervene will catch the Gecko, but Timmyfish 12 will clap back with 1. Wicked though still in a position to pick up one of his own. Paris though doing due diligence, trying to place the flash to clear him from the angle. And well, it might not be the flash that deters him, but Wicked will be forced back for now. Medicine User getting a good timing onto Yuki, and now we're in a 3v2. The Seeker's also coming through for VG, and still Wicked is behind them, putting so much pressure, but Paris picking one off, and as well as a third. And Paris can he pick up 4th here? Reloading in the corner, Medicine User not quite catching him. And the third round will go the way of VZ. What a great showing from either side so far. Still though, with 3 rounds in a row, maybe it really was just the pistol that was the issue. However, the aggression on the side of VG will not stop. Intervene and Wicked will continue to force the issue on this A side. Yuki around this corner, not ready for Intervene's quick jiggle peek here.
Not ready yet.
And the flash not coming through for Paris will be cleared out. Intervene around this corner, ready for Paris to peek him. Actually challenging him almost. And on the other side, Kuni actually picking up 1. And really, it's on Sensei Ace's hands to stall out as much time as humanly possible before the side of VG rotates to this B site. Still though, he's in a great position, and Antagonist will be caught as well as the spike. Spam coming through from Timmyfish12. And the flash from Wicked as well through the teleporter. Still though, they have control of the spike, the side of VG. Not until Timmyfish12 picks it up. And well, Medicine User will swat Kuni away, and it's all up to Timmyfish12, all on his lonesome. Yet his life will not last long enough for him to plant the spike. And now we equalize at 3-3. Once again, more aggression from the side of VG. A bit of a set play here. Yuki with a very swift peek. And actually, I missed it, but Intervene did pick him up. Kuni and Timmyfish12 on the other side of the map. Yes, Kuni and Timmyfish12 on the other side of the map will be picking off one person towards long. And numbers are suddenly in favor of VZ. Teleport now coming through. Medicine User can play spoiler here with the headshot onto Paris is good. Still though, Antagonist will be able to plant the spike. Wingman will be able to carry out his mission. And now we're on a 2-on-3 retake in favor of Visualize. We've seen VG do this before. We've seen VG gather their spirits and clear out all the angles needed. And I think the mosh pit's been sent up top. Oh, and the stun as wow, what a play. The mosh pit actually coming through from really up high. I barely heard the sound cue. And that's not even mentioning Timmyfish12's utility, pulling and stunning them inside the mosh pit. Still though, Antagonist picking up the third there on the round. And now, you know, we're kind of seeing just rounds going back and forth for either side. Still, no matter what happens, VG, it doesn't seem like VG's gonna relent in terms of aggression. And VZ will answer in kind. Timmyfish12 peeking into the Sheriff actually will fall. Boombot from Kuni coming out doing significant damage. Intervene is also stunned and stuck in this corner. The mosh pit might spell his doom. Not quite actually. Antagonist throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at this raise with the Sheriff. And yes, Intervene unfortunately will fall after fighting the battle of his life. And Wicked as well on the other side of the map, on the other side of the site, will actually pick up Kuni, not really expecting that. And Antagonist and Yuki though clearing out the rest of site, and really it's just up to the lurking Sensei Ace and Era. Antagonist will miss Sensei Ace on the turnaround, and the crosshair placement is good here, but Antagonist spotting him out with the shoulder. The guiding light also coming through for Era, enabling Sensei Ace to move forward. Thrash is well invested, and the detain is good, and Yuki will be the one to claim Sensei Ace's life. And it's just Era with the stinger here, the guiding light going up top. Antagonist taking a smattering of damage, but Paris will ultimately be the one to save him. And see Antagonist having a little bit of fun with his frog there as they claim a 5th round.
Right here.
And once again, unrelenting aggression from the side of VZ. This time, through this teleporter, the showstopper will be sent through. Actually doing just a little bit of damage onto Paris. Then the Scatternade also flushing them out. Flushing Cooney out of this position. Still though, will be able to punish Era on the aggression.
Spike down A.
And we see on the other side of the map actually, TimmyFish12 trading out Medicine User, and Intervene is here with a Guardian. Will he expect Paris? Actually, nice flick onto Paris. Wicked as well, picking up one. But Cooney though, still in a bit of a weird position if you're VG. And well, it's all in Intervene's hands now. The spike has been claimed by Yuki, and the plant will come through. Teleport from Cooney as well.
Spike planted.
The round is pretty much done. Unless we can see some insane shots from Intervene! Still though, yet another annihilation from Yuki. And as Intervene falls, the 6th round will go the way of Visualize. And honestly, I thought this was gonna be a lot closer, you know, as the score kept going back and forth. But now we see that Visualizer take yet another 3 elimination rounds in a row. Just goes to show that the oddity of the comp doesn't really matter. It's how you play it.
You
How
are
you
divided.
play into it. You see an early use of Mosh Pit from Wicked here actually, and the Cosmic Divide invested early on. Medicine User is behind this wall, wondering how he's going to try and make any sort of impact. Yuki is around this corner. Medicine User seems like he's aware of this, but I don't think he'll challenge this. And weird use of the Vice ult there, considering a lot of them don't really have primaries, you know, considering the money. Still though, it works out. Cooney, Yuki, and Antagonist will pick up 1 each, and Era around this corner with the Sheriff trying to bait out the swing from Yuki by faking the sound cue. And TimmyFish12 behind Sensei Ace will stop the lurk from going through. 7-3 for Visualize. Unfortunately for VG, the broken buy, no match for the heavy investment, surprisingly heavy investment of utility from the side of Visualize on the safe side. I have a feeling they're gonna watch this back and they're gonna be like, yeah, we totally meant to do that. We wanted them to not get a chance to win whatsoever, regardless of their buy. Still though, that might come back to bite them in the butt, as VG now have weapons. And Intervene is up first here. The jump peek is good, and Sensei Ace immediately seeing that will pop the Viper Spit towards long. Boombot coming through to stall out a bit more time for VG. And really it's Yuki and Paris around this corner. Sensei Ace will fall to Yuki. The trade coming through. Intervene actually picking up Cooney with the grenade before falling. And now we're on a 3-on-3 retake where VG have plentiful ultimates here. Incredible ultimates for this retake. Thrash and Seekers as well as the Orbital Strike. And Medicine User with a good timing from Hookah picking up Antagonist. And the Orbital Strike coming through onto Octagon will pick up Yuki at the same time. And it's just all up to TimmyFish12. Can the Astra pull it off once again? Can the Astra pull off a 1v3 this time rather than the 1v4? The spam coming through. The Dizzy will fall, but Medicine User will be able to stick the defuse all the way to 100%. And the fourth will have to... The
Last round before the switch.
Excuse me. The potential 8th round for Visualize will have to be conceded in favor of Vanguard.
I should play some Astral Stars in this reality.
Last round here on the half, sort of do or die for this defensive side. And really, they want to continue to go on the aggressive. They already have the smoke set up. They already have the dizzy set up. Actually, the thrash coming through. Smoke coming on the left side, and Antagonist will actually be the one to catch Thrash. And Kuni around this corner actually disposing of the two aggressive VG players. On the other side as well, Yuki and Paris moving up, picking up the Bath player. And again, we're in a bit of a familiar situation, a 2v3 in favor of Visualize. Vice Flash coming through for Paris for any sort of information. Era forced to try to unpack the walls on walls here as Sensei Ace commits to a flank. Kuni with the shoulder is good here, the spot. And even though the flash from Era doesn't really get anything, Sensei Ace has an opportunity to pick up one. Not the shots going wide onto Yuki. Will be able to pick up Kuni, but the tether once again from Yuki, and this is the third annihilation elimination. Paris actually trying to break him out of it, breaking him out of the cocoon. Yuki will ultimately claim that. And 8-4 in favor of VZ going into this next half. Need I remind the chat that was the third, counted 3 annihilations that have secured the kill from the side of Yuki, or VG I should say. That's more common than any deadlock ult I've ever seen. Now, we should see a bit more payoff in terms of utility usage from this this Vanguard squad. Still though, on pistol, opting to splinter rather than group up. Confident that each one of them will be able to secure any sort of advance from their respective side of the map. The orb will go the way of Visualize thanks to the Astra smoke. Sensei Ace will not be able to spam that out. Aaron intervene in the meantime on the other side of the map, securing hookah. Not really noticing any sentinel utility, but on the drop down, the sound sensor could be dangerous. Medicine user on the other side of the map. Era, oh my goodness, Era. The stun is good from the sound sensor, and Kuni as well across the map. Antagonist as well across the map, picking off the rest. Actually, it's just Wicked left here on this site. Still though, getting one each, and all of a sudden we're in a 4v2 situation where each player needs to go through. Wicked with the headshot will do it, and can intervene win out onto Yuki. The shoulder will be tagged, and the dink from Wicked as well onto Antagonist around this corner with the Sheriff.
30 seconds
opting
left.
to actually teleport across the map, once again. But Yuki here, even though there's no sound sensor, might be able to punish these players. Still the stun from Timmy Fish 12, the game sense, the star is good there. And actually, the defensive pistol going the way of VZ for a change.
Check me then, eh?
And really, what are you gonna do if you're Vanguard there? It's you had so much space towards this A side, and all of a sudden it just gets ripped out from gets ripped out from under you. Now we see VG converge as 5 onto this. Did that flash not catch onto intervene? That was weird. A bit of it was like covered by the Viper wall. But yeah, they are converging onto this A site, and the spam from Paris coming through, raining down hell, raining down bullets onto everyone on this VG side. Will be able to pick up 2 as Menacing User is left to watch. The right click is good though. An Antagonist with 2 in the meantime. And will actually pick up the third on to intervene as well. The attacking side didn't stand a chance.
There's my buddy.
And really, that's just the
That's true. Good advice.
That's just the true essence of the Vice there. Really, just set up all your utility on a sight line, and it happened that VG had chosen a short to tackle, and really, that allowed Paris's utility to shine. But now with VG on the buy, again stacking towards A site. Actually, good on Intervene to try to clear out that flash early on. Spam also coming through from Bath. Actually, VG actually doing a bit more due diligence in clearing out these positions. Sensei Ace will be picking off Paris's Vice. And really, Kuni is tasked with pretty much the impossible around this corner with just the Sheriff, and Intervene picking up 2 quick ones with the Phantom. Timmyfish 12 though, the Bulldog is good for the headshot onto Intervene. Also actually will stop the plant.
Last player standing.
But still, Wicked and Era will, well, Wicked and the rest of VG
Spike
will
planted.
pincer onto this Astra. And now it's left to Yuki with the Sheriff, and Sensei Ace will be there to receive. Bit uncomfortable, couple body shots coming through, but Sensei Ace will come out on top. After going on a little bit of a round loss streak, VG gathering their bearings, picking up the 5th.
I will not die today. Listening.
And now we even see VG actually going for a 4-1 split, a bit quite characteristic of them so far. They usually do a 4-1 split, heavily favoring B. And since Sensei Ace has the rifle, he will be okay on his own. Still, around this corner is a Vice with a flash planted in the perfect spot, actually getting the information, making sure at least one player is there, but Sensei Ace around the corner will not be expecting this Vice. And really now all hell is about to break loose as the attacking side is funneling towards this garden position. More of impending doom, almost. The A side has been secured, and utility finally coming through from the side of VG. The stun coming through onto Intervene. Kuni with 1, Kuni with 2, and can he get the 3rd? No, Yuki will deny that one. And really, for VZ, only Timmyfish 12 will fall. And 5-11 for the side of VZ. The attacking side, the more aggressive attack-focused comp on the side of VG, not quite proving to be as effective as I anticipated. Really, more of the defensive utility tripping them up. Especially so far, I've seen Paris with a lot of interesting plays. You know, using the flash for information rather than actually getting any sort of engagement, and that's really the essence of a lot of Sentinels. You know, you got to get that information for your team, especially on defense. And I guess, you know, even if in concept it is a flash, it functions more like a placeable guiding light where it has a specific sound cue when someone's been caught. So definitely interesting plays from Paris so far. And really, we actually see Yuki on a bit of a tear. Maybe he should have stayed on the duel list. Still though, Kuni putting up good numbers. And really, everyone else on this team performing well in their own right. Intervene at the helm of every push from VG, even on defense, trying his best to make the most out of every situation. But really, in a 6-round deficit, you really want to try to do your best to get some rounds here, especially now since you have some guns. And that will be the case. We actually see Medicine User splintering off on the lurk this time. Sensei Ace will be the first to fall. Yuki, the first elimination will go his way. And even after the pep talk and timeout, it's not looking good. Still, it is possible. Yuki is quite low, and even the rest of VZ following immediately onto this B site. And again, the flash is so good from Paris for information. Not really expecting it. Communicating that there's at least still one person on this site. Kuni and Antagonist immediately rushing to Paris's aid. Medicine user around this corner though, expecting Paris on this box. You know, might be expecting them to back away, but Paris actually spotting him around the corner, accidentally triggering the flash in the process, and now VG need to go. And even in the face of 5 players, the 3 of them need to go. Yuki will survive with so little health, and Timmy Fish 12 actually around the corner on elbow, picking up this 2 eliminations and the flawless round into the 12th
Now
for Visualize. And really this bind map has been so I don't want to say one-sided still though, because VG have been putting up numbers of their own, you know, making their own plays in their own right. But really it just feels like this comp from this Visualize comp is absolutely unbreachable. And now we see a 3-2 split on a bit of an eco for the side of Vanguards. Even the Trailblazer invested. Sun coming through the flash, getting some information. Thrash now invested. Trying to spot any of the players. And Yuki in the meantime actually hopping into the teleporter, picking up 2 players. And again the Annihilation coming through, managing to catch Era. Medicine user can't really spare the bullets to liberate their teammate, forced to fight Paris, and Yuki claiming a 4th, but Antagonist denying the ace at the end of this game. 13-5 for Visualize. We are already going to split after a short break. And we are back once again with VG versus VZ. I don't believe there was a side switch, but either way, we're going to be rolling with these sides. We have VZ on the offensive. VZ on the offensive running their split Yoru comp. And actually, I don't believe we saw VG run this map. I could be severely mistaken, but either way, actually no. Now that I'm seeing the Viper, I remember that they did indeed run this map. They're running Viper Omen here, a bit of a callback towards Ascend's comp in 2021, where Bone Cold ran the Omen rather than the Astra, and that off pick actually won. I would say it won them the tournament. Either way, not to dwell too much on the past. We have Wicked on the Sky here, Era on Viper, intervene again, picking up the Duelist. And really not much more to be said about either side's comp, really. They're just trying to brainstorm. I would say, since they haven't locked it in, they're trying to make sure it's cohesive enough, or they're trying to get a last minute pep talk in, make sure everyone's in good spirit, everyone's ready to play the game as usual. VG have a bit of a mountain to climb, and you know they already have going into this match here. They've had a mountain to climb, and I'm absolutely positive that they're aware of this. Still though, we'll see how they measure up to VZ in the second map.
I need a drop. Thanks.
Let's see here. In about 5 seconds. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna be getting this map underway. We actually see Wicked and Medicine User already on the aggressive. Antagonist prepping a fault line to make sure Paris has sufficient time to peek off of it. Still though, Paris making sure the wire gets literally anything. And now Antagonist should release this fault line here, and yes, the rest of DZ will finally collapse onto these overextended players. And now Sensei Ace on the site is honestly left in a bit of a bad spot. The rest of his team not winning out any fights. I think Antagonist did spot it. Actually, no. Still, even though no significant information was given away, Timmyfish 12 will pick up 3 eliminations on the round. And yeah, no, basically just a bit of an early round aggressive play gone south for VG.
BYB fam.
You could say
Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do. Need a drop.
you could say VZ did plan for it a little bit. All things considered, that tripwire definitely did its job. Now again we see a bit of a mid focus from VZ. Still, Yuki splintered off across the map. Again, the teleport coming through. We've seen this countless times this tournament so far. Teleport close to Vant, and Sensei Ace up close here. Not making sure not to shoot the clone. Still though, Era not able to help out their teammate here in middle. And despite the flash hitting Medicine User in the face, able to pick up one. Wicked as well with one onto Yuki. And now we're in a 2v3 situation. Intervene with the sheriff that he knows how to use. But what was that from Timmyfish 12? The reactionary flick, you couldn't even see his character model move. That is absurd. Now Antagonist priming the fault line, making sure Paris has sufficient time to make it all the way around. Still though, Wicked slipping the net, taking advantage of the smoke cover. And well, Timmyfish 12 will be here to meet him. The shoulder peek, actually not catching Wicked. Still though, with 35 health, there isn't really much to do. Tripwire will be cleared and the flash will be popped in response. And Antagonist will pick up a third as well as a second round for Visualize. And they go into this next round with a couple of Guardians in hand, not really at an inherent disadvantage. Kuni actually opting to buy up as well, making sure they have the best chance to take it all the way to 3-0. On the other side though, finally having rifles, it's probably a little more doable. It might be a little more comfortable for this VG side. Once again, the contention onto mid as they set up this Yoru teleport play. Surely VG have displayed the capability of reading these set plays, and the teleport will come through. Still though, flash hitting Timmyfish 12 in the face. Unfortunately for him, will fall. Actually, no. Unfortunately for him, Kuni will be picked up by Era, but not after losing Sensei Ace. And I don't know what happened towards this A side, but Intervene actually getting an amazing timing in here. Hearing the shots from main, wanting to punish wanting to punish Paris on this fake here. The spray is good, and now we're in a 4v3 in favor of VG. Still though, Yuki is causing problems in this defender spawn. Will they expect him around this corner? Medicine User will get caught with his camera out. Wicked though with the refrag, it's good. And now we enter a 3v2 situation. It's still in favor of VG. One for each side. And Antagonist priming this flash, making sure it's timed well here. The flash is good onto Wicked as well as Intervene. Both of them are so blind. And the fault line even coming through. Era on the side, crouching and spraying. It's good, and Timmyfish 12 will actually pick up the last. And yes, my prediction was correct. VZ did want to try their best to force this third round in their favor. And now Vanguard are forced to save once again. And bad news for them, they have Visualize have a Cosmic
let them
Divide,
get up.
and they're 5 stacking towards this A site. Not that Timmy Fish 12 does plan on using it still, though. The plan is there. The aggression from
You want to fight
from
it?
Vanguard in the... Actually, no, I stand corrected. The Cosmic
Time
Divide
to
has
jump.
been consumed again on the enemy team's eco. Unconventional, but incredibly effective as they go 5-on-5 here. They have 4 sheriffs and
Spike
a
planted.
stinger. There really isn't much there to be done except for clear angles with utility.
There.
And even Sensei is teleporting around the corner. Yuki around said corner as well, picking up Sensei Ace. And Intervene will be the one to receive this deadlock, but the aftershock is good.
One enemy
And
remaining.
again, Visualize showing absolute dominance on this site, no matter the play, no matter the buy. And Medicine User is just here around this corner with the Sheriff. And even though he'll get a consolation prize in the form of Antagonist, Paris will be right there on the backstab. A 4th for Visualize so far, 4-0. And even though Vanguard will manage to scrap together a buy, will they continue to gamble their aggression? Will they continue to throw bodies in favor of making space as Visualize just continually pick them apart from other sides of the map? Very familiar sight we've seen so far this tournament. A team trying to set the tempo, but at the same time, the other team seemingly having control. And the fake teleport actually popped for Kuni rather than just committing to the corner. Seekers will be invested as well to actually chase them all the way towards middle. Camera will be cleared out as well. Still though, Visualize comfortably taking the space towards B Heaven. Wicked will be trading out Intervene on this approach from the flank. And Sensei Ace, along with the rest of his team, funneling
Spike
towards Heaven,
planted.
Cover going out.
will have to try to make this retake work. Sensei Ace making sure to clear hell here, and the reload will give Antagonist away. Unfortunately for him, the Guardian is so loud. And the wire around this corner might actually
enemy
be
remaining.
something
I
to
know
be
exactly.
concerned about. Still though, Paris picking up Wicked, who picks up 3 in the meantime. And even though the Neural Theft was invested to try to clutch it out, they will eventually have to concede a round. GG.
The house always wins.
Good hero play by Wicked there, picking up 3 eliminations for himself. And with that round win, they are comfortably capable of buying
Help
a second
girl
time.
out, would you? Cheers, mate. Hawk out.
Flash has been avoided towards this A site. Intervene, making a lot of noise. Showing some cautiousness rather, to Yuki's position. Jump peek is good for Intervene, grabbing some information. Does he dare challenge it again? Era on the other side of the map making quick work of Paris. And a pivotal player in a lot of these attack side plays, and add that to the count on the Rosas. And the fault line, wow, so much utility from the side of BZ, trying to flush Intervene out. Still though, he will live for now. The flash is good from Antagonist. The turnaround not quite effective. Kuni as well on the other side of the map, picking up Era. And the Rolling Thunder invested. Still the Wicked in a bit of an unexpected position
Spike
for
down
BZ.
A.
And the spike will be dropped. Timmy Fish 12 picking up Medicine User on the approach from this B side, and Wicked and
remaining.
behind this
Last player standing.
screen
30
can
seconds left.
seal the round away. And picking up Timmy Fish 12 is definitely one of the ways to do it. Significantly, yes, less utility from this attacking side available.
Spike planted.
And really, it's just Sensei Ace left to guess where this Yoru went. The ult actually popped. And the flash from Kuni's good. Dimensional
Time to
Drift.
jump. I beg teleport.
causing enough trickery to keep Sensei Ace guessing, but still, the clutch from the Omen will come through. Again, after a 3K from Wick.
Is diffused.
And finally in this map, we see some signs of life from Vanguard. Bit of a slow start still though. That hasn't stopped them before. Intervene actually finally guessing correct, opting to try and catch any of the mid aggressors off guard. The fault line is prime from antagonist. It's not good onto Intervene, but still Kuni will be able to secure that frag. Era and
down,
Sensei
mid.
Ace though, following up off their Erase's aggression, will secure the spike, at least for now. The rest of VZ actually funneling in from sewer and much deeper towards market. Still though, the Seekers are good. Seekers well invested here after having a bit of trouble with the
Down
wires.
one.
Still finding their mark onto the rest of these players. And Sensei Ace will be up next to try to pick up one of VZ's members. And finally, an uncharacteristic miss from Yuki from the Annihilation. Wicked picking up Timmy Fish 12. That's the smoke's gone. Now in a 2v2 situation, Paris will hurry on over to the A site to try to get that spike planted.
30 seconds left.
Cage triggered. Planted the spike.
Just look at this setup from both Sentinels. The fact that both of them are alive is a great sign for VZ because they have so much utility. They have so much information to capitalize off of. Surely Era hears the sound sensor here, opting to drop, make the noise instead of making the noise up on this elevation. They narrowly
player
avoid
standing. Last
the
player
sound
standing.
sensor, but they trade frags back and forth, and Era's only 30 health. And Yuki will be the one to close out the round. And a fifth goes the way for VZ. The way of VZ, I should say. And again, guessing correctly with the aggression still though, guiding light not connecting, Intervene up close here. Will not get the best of Timmy Fish 12, who actually picks up 2. Teleport from Sensei Ace forced back. Still though, the grab net is good here. Yuki will be dealing with that. Era though, you know, despite Paris challenging them, will come out on top. Viper's Pit will be here to stay. Unfortunately for Vanguard, the A site is completely open. And Era will have to slowly follow Medicine User on their slow pathing to this site.
Spike planted.
Kuni will now be nestled on top of ramp, ready to pick off anyone that coming towards heaven. But does he expect Era? Will Era clear this corner? I think Era will be clearing this corner, and Kuni will fall. Now we're in a 2v2 situation. Antagonist and Yuki are in a bit of a trouble since the neural theft is coming through, and the fault line primed actually bailing Antagonist out, actually catching on to Era surprisingly. Maybe the sound sensor did
Last
it.
player standing.
And still though, even if the pick came through, even if the lurk was good for Era, Yuki and Antagonist will be securing a 6th round. Once again, the mid-aggression, pretty characteristic of VZ. A tale as old as time at this point.
There.
Era actually falling for a bit of a bamboozle from the Yoru. Fake teleport used. The jump peek from Sensei Ace. Still though, no picks from either side. Pretty standard procedure so far this round, really. Just trying to take space as early on as possible. Bit of action taking place. Yuki will take a bullet to the stomach.
You are divided.
Still though, the rest of VZ finally funneling to this A side as the grenade coming through from Intervene. Still though, will be the only one caught out. And again, the rest of VZ will funnel onto this A side, and Paris is on a bit of a scary lurk here. Cosmic Divide will do the trick. And the information given away from Fish 12 Flash going through to deter him. Sensei Ace has to be the one to pick him off here. And everything is just falling to pieces for the side of VG. Even Paris actually pulling out the knife, attempting to get this. Can he catch Wicked here around this corner? Nope. Wicked will be turning around just in time, but still 10 HP on the sky. There's not much he can do. And Paris with an attempt to get a cheeky knife highlight there. Still though, all fun and games, at least for VZ. Vanguard Spirits, a little injured, I would say. But with 3 rounds left on the half, there is a chance to at least get 5 on the half. And considering this map is arguably more defensive sided, you know, they really need these rounds. Considering their aggressive playstyle, though, they may thrive more on attack spam. Good at deterring VZ away. The utility heavily invested.
I must wait a moment.
Even the camera actually spotting out players onto this B side. Still though, Sensei is taking the wire. Will he expect to get around this corner? The shot to the body is almost good as Intervene picks up 2 across the map. And again, Era picking up 1 for themselves. Cooney is up next against Intervene. Will come out on top. Fault line and flash good to deter Wicked from potentially causing any more problems. And really it's just Cooney versus the world in middle here. Trying to stall out as much time as possible for Antagonist to safely make his way to this A site.
Cutting through.
And the teleport will be committed. Sensei Ace around this corner, narrowly missing the timing. And Antagonist, the Guardian, will betray him. And the 3rd round finally picked up from Vanguard. They must have heard me talking. They must have heard me saying that they need these rounds, and they decided to lock in. Good stuff by Intervene.
Time to jump. I'll handle this.
See some dimensional drift action. I actually saw him pick up the shorty. Really just scouting out any sort of information for his team. Will he commit to the play with the shorty coming out of the dimensional drift very soon? Flash coming through still though, just to keep Wicked guessing. The Yoru will safely make his way out and actually successfully draw the rotations towards this A site.
I know exactly.
Paris will pick one up onto Era in middle, and Medicine User is in a little bit of trouble. Paris will fall, but Yuki will be on the trade as usual, a reliable teammate. And now we're in a 4v3 situation. Yuki's grab net could cause so many problems for this retake, but not quite finding the value that it needs. And the annihilation coming through onto Sensei Ace. Intervene is forced to fight as the fishnet slowly comes all the way through, and the reload is forced as well. The flash from antagonist is good, and the guardian shots are even better. And now we are at 8-3 in favor of Visualize. Really good on the dimensional drift, and I believe there was some presence towards A, effectively drawing rotations. And now we're in a bit of a familiar situation compared to last map. Again, undeterred aggression. The Bucky is up close and the showstopper is online. Intervene wants to try to at least make it worth his while, make it worth his team's while for playing so aggressive, regardless of the half. And will VZ award him with any of the eliminations that he needs? The Bucky, the shots don't go his way, and even Wicked not able to capitalize on anything. Still though, Paris will fall across. I keep saying across the map. Paris will fall towards middle, and now we're in a 4-on-4 VZ. Slightly favored to Vanguard actually, considering Kuni and Yuki's health. And they're even gathering up towards the back of the site. The sound sensor as well as the grabner coming through, the flash from antagonist. The Guardian is good, but Arrow with 4 eliminations and a bit on the nose, but a 4th round secured in favor of VG. What a sudden play from Era there. Grouping up in the back of site was ultimately VZ's downfall. They didn't have enough of a spread. And now we enter the half that is, well, I would say slightly favors VZ's comp a little more.
Deployed.
And oh, Yuki. Okay, a bit of a lag spike there, almost getting caught. His own PC working against him. Still, the wall safely placed. Will ultimately be punched away by Sensei Ace. And again, we see VG with more of a spread on the pistol rather than grouping up. Still, space taken. And really, Paris is all by himself here. Paris needs to tell his team to rotate, and will ultimately have to give the space to allow them to show up in order for them to carry out this retake. And Sensei Ace though, almost peeking antagonist at the wrong time. The fault line and the flashpoint queued still though.
One enemy remaining. And
the turnaround onto Yuki as well as the rest of his team cleans up. Now we see Timmyfish 12 in a bit of a familiar situation. 1vx. But instead of the rifle, he's got just the pistol. And, well, I mean, Wicked's just not gonna let him do anything. Flawless round coming the way of VG on this attack half.
Weapon here. This goes here.
And a bit, and again, much like the days of old, PC have grouped together to have a wow, I'm just stammering and tripping. choking on my words as I watch all this action happening so quickly. And yes, characteristic deathball rush as soon as they lose pistol. You know, better to get it over quick than to dilly dally. Even though there's always a chance to turn the fight, ultimately they're more focused on, you know, the next spy round. Considering they're up a couple rounds, they're up a couple rounds. They really want to maximize the value of these, the value of the rounds rather than the value of the time. And really, wouldn't quite say that VG are spread thin, but they really want to enable intervene as much as possible. Wire around this corner as well as the flashpoint. Antagonist sees a couple players, needs to dip out. Cooney will pick up one onto Era. The spray from intervene is good. Wicked will fall to antagonist. Even if it is a 3v4, intervene in the position to make the most of the situation. As I say this, Sensei Ace will be picked off on the approach towards a heaven.
There.
And well, one HP intervene can only do so much. It would really be up to medicine user to get some of these frags.
Cage triggered. Cage triggered.
Thirty seconds left.
Approaching with the spike. Intervene with a great shot onto Timmyfish 12. The drop down. The noise now noted by Paris. Medicine user coming out on top here in the Cypher 1v1. And the nade coming through. Intervene with a great shot onto antagonist. And really just trying his best to make his way to safety to pick up a rifle. Clone coming through. Seemingly noted as he missed the shot. And this is still doable for Cooney. 1v2, intervene so dangerously low, one shot will do it. Intervene though with a 4k on the round and a 7th secured for Vanguard. What a great play from Intervene. Unfortunately for me, all the kills were caught on the wrong side. And well, I mean, we're seeing a lot more of a comfortable attack half for Vanguard. 3 rounds won in a row. Compared to defense, not really showing any signs of weakness so far. Nothing for Visualize to exploit. And really, no matter what they try, it always has gone wrong so far. Still though, we're only 3 rounds into the half. I can't jump to conclusions yet. I will say though, VG are definitely looking a lot stronger than they did last half.
There.
Slightly pumping the brakes here. Not really making any sort of set aggressive play anywhere. For VG though, I think they might be spread a little too thin. Paris around this corner, trying his best to catch medicine user off
I must
guard.
wait a moment.
I've got your
Still,
trail.
really, it's just only been a trade of Cypher utility.
Concealment.
And now we see Vanguard Seekers coming through. Sensei Ace able to come up all the way to this A Heaven position. Sound sensor around the corner here. The first sign of noise will give him away. And with the Sheriff in hand, Timmy Fish 12 will pick up Era. Still though, Sensei Ace with the trade intervene. And really just, you know,
30 seconds left.
what was the season, Christmas tree lining up this kill feed here. And well, I mean, Yuki with just a classic can only hope for one. That one will not be given quite yet. Still though, enabling Kuni to get some timing there.
10 seconds left.
Distraction will do the trick.
One
And
enemy
Medicine
remaining.
User with a second on the round. Similar situation compared to last round. This time, Paris has to be the one to do it.
Camera taken out.
And since Medicine User is on so little HP, actually the Sky Heal will be... Sky Heal will prove effective. 5 bullets in the mag. Paris not too keen on reloading. Really sort of recognizes that the round is sort of lost and he really just wants exits. Some shots onto Medicine User will be good here, but still the Trailblazer holding back for just a second. Great decision by Wicked, allowing Medicine User to pick up third. Now we equalize at 8-8. And really at this point, it's anyone's game.
Yes, this should do. Oh, this is a nice spot. This goes here.
And again, we see such a wide spread from this attacking side. Really, Sensei Ace just in a position to use any sort of utility. Fault line queued. Antagonist will be using that. And good enough bait
I know
for
exactly
good
where.
enough bait from VG to force out utility. Medicine User will also pick off Paris. And well, they, you know, the neural theft, providing sufficient information on all these VZ players' positions, and really they could just go at it. They could go at it step by step. 3 players onto antagonist will not stand a chance, despite the flash going his way. Medicine User will be picked off by Kuni, and the satchel coming through for Intervene's peak. Luckily for him, the teleport to safety is good. And Kuni around this corner with the dimensional drift will actually, I believe it's the clone that used up the boom bot. And the flash
One enemy remaining.
deterring
There. Grenade!
Timmy Fish 12 did get one. It's all up to Yuki. And really, it's just Era coming in at the last second. Picking up a 9th for VG. And now they're in the lead.
They will die.
Surprising turn of events.
And afraid.
Considering how the last map played out, I'm not sure what VG, you know, I'm not sure what VG did. I'm not sure how they could, you know, they conducted, like what they did to, you know, get their spirits back from last game. But really, they're showing us that they're not going out without a fight. And you know, VZ is in a little bit of trouble. Now we see the defensive side switching it up a little bit, having the deadlock set up on the B side rather than mid. Paris hasn't been having much luck. And really, you know, despite... I believe that was fall damage. Because really, realistically, how are you taking 15 damage when no one's seen you yet? Either way though, VG are clumping up and ready to go towards this B site. The sound sensor coming through for Yuki, the paranoia as well from Sensei Ace. And yes, he's practically caught in no man's land. And this eco from BZ is not exactly the healthiest though. Paris Picking up one onto Sensei Ace. Medicine user's Phantom is good for the job. Paris
Ready.
claiming a rifle as well as the neural uplink.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Medicine user will also fall. And it's just up to Era to try to clutch it out. I mean, well, Era was in a bit of a long flank. And unfortunately for VG, the strong side take going a little awry. As Visualize turned the tide out of nowhere with their eco. And now rifles in hand, they're ready to put a stop to VG's advance. They're ready to continue on their winning ways. And again, we see BG doing all they can to enable intervene. Antagonist holding out the fault line, taking a second to shoot out the Trailblazer. Kuni with a good timing with his flash. It will be 1-2. It will be a 1-for-2 trade in favor of Visualize. Utility timing was good here. Era around the corner, bailed out by Sensei Ace. And Antagonist finally picking up a Vandal instead of the Guardian. Is ready to try to inhibit these players from taking the A site. Sensei Ace and Era actually opting to advance forward towards. Oh, hello. I don't think Medicine User is ready for Antagonist here.
Spike down.
And 3 eliminations will go this way. And really, a bit of a gift put an Antagonist slap. You know, Medicine User making his way through, but well, sadly not looking down, taking the zip line. And well, not much to say here other than the fact that VZ have maybe cracked the code. 2 wins in a row, they're back in the lead. And well, VG is actually, I was sorely mistaken. Sensei Ace not one to show weakness. And really, Paris around this corner can be so devastating here, but the Trailblazer will give him away. Now we have 2 picks in favor of Vanguard, brought to you by Sensei Ace. And well, Kuni is here on the site. And he, despite hearing the drop, will lose out to intervene. And even though
Spike planted.
Antagonist did pick one off towards middle, he took a significant amount of damage in the process. And well, we have Sensei Ace actually holding the position that Antagonist held last round, allowing them the win. And Antagonist has so much utility. He can unpack all assets of the site still, though they're all playing so far away. Intervene. Good timing with the peek there. And it's just Yuki on the side picking off Era. But still, the time is ticking. It's planted for heaven. Yuki has to win all these duels if he needs to defuse the spike in any capacity. And intervene again, picking up a multi-frag to end off the round. And we equalize once again at 10-10. I hate to say it, but we might see the first overtime in Split in tournament history. Considering how close this has become.
Here.
And really, I'm trying to find out whether this A aggression is gonna yield any value for Sensei Ace and Go. Flash is good here. Wicked still able to see. Intervene's head not quite spotted for the time being. Flash from Antagonist as well. Wicked though will actually be avoiding that entirely. Somehow picking up Kuni in the process. Not a single flash connected onto the sky. But 45
I've got your
seconds on the
trail.
clock, they need to make a move. Wicked will be popping the Seekers. Magnus clearing that out, and really, what choice do they have other than to make their way
There's
through
another.
Vent? Paris will be there to meet at least Era. Still though, the elimination doesn't
seconds
go his
left.
way. Sensei Ace with a lot
My
of
eyes
damage
tripwire
taken.
destroyed.
Camera cleared out. And now the plant is coming through.
Spike planted.
Now that antagonist has a few more numbers to work with, the Rolling Thunder can potentially come through. Medicine user and the rest of the squad though in great positions. Yuki will pick up one, and medicine user will be trading it out. Antagonist running all the way to site. Medicine user and intervene all the way up in heaven. The showstopper is good. The half defuse not quite coming through, and the second for intervene, and an 11th for Vanguard. It's so surprising to see such a shift in success in favor of Vanguard, and really it's the plant for heaven that's doing it. They're instead of getting ahead of themselves, they're taking their time. They're picking them off one by one and really biding their time as much as possible. Really almost causing VZ to run out of patience and try to force the issue themselves. The tempo setting not successful. VG have finally figured out a way to make things go their way, and as I say this, Sensei Ace will ultimately fall.
Nothing
And
there.
I mean the annihilation not really invaluable here. Now from what I can see,
Tripwire destroyed.
Vanguard have convened towards B main. And even though the Flash and Trailblazer have been consumed, they will ultimately fall back. Paris will communicate that to the rest of the squad. And now Antagonist is tasked with
30 seconds left.
trying to clear out these players. And they will once again jump through vent. Wicked will rapidly transport the spike. The stun coming through. Timmy 12 in a position to
down
play
A.
spoiler. And even though
player
Intervene and Era will be given safe passage to site, Yuki and Kuni will pick up one each. And we actually see a flawless round in favor of Visualize. Yet another flip of the script, so to say.
Sound sensor up. Sound sensor up.
And this really is neck and neck. This really is a map that can go either way. Every player so far displaying incredible heroics. Really, it's a question of what team will come out on top. Intervene up close here. Shoulder peek, prompting Antagonist to use the fault line. And again, it's just bait after bait.
Cage triggered.
Jiggle after jiggle. And Paris will actually pick up Wicked, who's grabbing the orb. And will now be allowed to join his teammate. in be heaven. Cooney, in the meantime, also picking up medicine user. The spike is still down. And, well, this is not looking good for VG. Sensei Ace, luckily with the From the Shadows, able to claim the spike. Era nearly missing the time. Actually, Era nearly missing the timing onto Timmyfish. 12. Still, though, the Astro will be claimed.
30 seconds left.
Luckily for VZ, the deadlock sound sensors are still up, and the moment they make any sort of noise, that's when they will be in the most trouble. Intervene, doing due diligence to just sneak through. The flash coming through as well, hitting Era square in the face.
Spike planted.
And Intervene also getting caught by the sound sensor on the drop down. And even though Yuki falls, Kuni will pick up a fourth. Sensei Ace slipping to the back of sight, making sure Kuni can see him. But even on the regress, it just wasn't good enough. And like that's what I've been saying. Heroics after heroics, individual plays after individual plays. And really,
Match point.
now it begs the question, will this game go into overtime or will Visualize advance to the grand finals? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Alright, there we go. I've redeemed my Dragon Ball Z token for the day. I promise you will not hear it anymore. You might hear it one time in the grand finals, but honestly, that's just gonna go all the way to 3 maps. So, you know, it'll definitely be interesting. That's for sure.
Barrier deployed.
Teleport coming through from Sensei Ace. The wall will be immediately cleared out. Guiding light into Kuni's face. Intervene will be there to capitalize. Kuni will fall. And well, it's looking like the round is slightly favoring Vanguard, considering the pick. Trailblazer coming through, not quite spotting out any of players on this site, and Wicked and Sensei Ace come together, combined for 2 eliminations. And well, I mean, my prayers may have been answered. We may have
Spike planted.
we may have a split overtime. Paris will narrowly avoid the flash and will hit Sensei Ace square in the face though. Really, it's just up to antagonists to pick them up one by one. The flick is good, but Medicine User will be the one to pick up the final elimination. And now
sides.
we enter overtime. 12 to 12. Anyone's game. This map has been terrific so far.
Yes, this should do.
It's always amazing seeing both teams show up. Both, like, one player from either side show up for their team when they need it, when they need to show up. And well, now that we've flipped VZ back on the attacking side, let's see if Vanguard have been doing their homework. Let's see if Vanguard can unpack this attacking side in overtime.
Cutting through.
Smoke coming through as well as the wire. The teleport actually not quite going where Kuni
Fake
wants
teleport.
it to, but still good enough for a fake.
Here.
An Era and Intervene around this corner, making sure none of them advance. And Era will be the first to contest, and Intervene will be picking up Kuni, who is distracted by the tripwire. Antagonist with his trusty Odin spamming to cover, and Yuki picking up Wicked at the same time. Intervene is in a world of hurt if he doesn't get any assistance. Still, you know, with Paris gone, Yuki doesn't want to give away too much, considering he's the only Sentinel alive. And well, all he has to do here is wait for his teammates to make their way to this A site. Deciding to hit this together.
30 seconds left.
on the clock. And really, Intervene is the one that will make or break this round for the VG side. Smoke coming through, making sure he has enough space to get the jump onto Yuki.
10
And
seconds
Timmyfish
left.
12 needs to cover this plant here. Will do so with success. And antagonist and Timmyfish 12 corralled to this elbow position, which is good for them, but even better for the retake. Medicine user around
One
the
enemy
corner.
remaining.
The flash is good. With Odin is even better, and antagonist is tasked with defeating Sensei Ace in a one-on-one duel, and yeah, he just, unfortunately for Sensei Ace, the aftershock sufficient enough distraction
Match
for
point.
antagonist to get the best of him. And now we're on match point and series point in our first semifinals match. Now Kuni very aggressive, angle hold there. Even intervene, managing to make his way up middle with little to no contest. And the flash only coming through to deter. Not really planning on making any moves yet.
Base teleport.
Kuni really just wants to keep them guessing, and that is Yoru's whole thing. That is Yoru's whole gimmick. He needs to keep the enemy guessing. Wicked nearly caught with the guiding light out. Kuni will unfortunately miss the timing. Flash coming through, will blind intervene in the meantime, but still, again, no contest. Tripwire is good here, the flash is even better, but the spam antagonist was so darn low. And Wicked and Intervene combining for one each. Yuki with the operator in a bit of danger. Sensei Ace with the dunk. The slam dunk onto Yuki here in Vent.
30 seconds left.
And well, now we're in a 4v2 situation. Timmyfish 12 is now in the position to make the difference here. Era coming around the corner on the drop down. The spike will be dropped. The Trailblazer will follow soon after. The third elimination coming through from Timmyfish 12, and Paris will finally bail him out. 14-12 in favor of Visualize off of a hero play from Timmyfish 12. Visualize will be moving on to the grand finals, and unfortunately for Vanguard, they will fall short at 4th place. This UI, okay. Yeah, so Era, is this is this like a familiar situation for you? Like, is it is it common for you to fill in for the team, or really do you usually just take a back seat, or just handle the logistics behind everything?
I normally coach, but if needed, I do have to sub sometimes, like tonight and last night for our scrim. So I'm used to subbing, especially now. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to sub if needed.
Okay, perfect. Well, honestly, I'm sure the team much appreciates you stepping up to the plate. You did have a lot of nice individual plays, considering, I mean, I haven't seen you all tournament, and really you had a great showing. Still though, moving on to Intervene, the spearhead of most of the plays. I'm sure you guys tried your best, and I'm sure you're not really phazed by the loss. But I really just wanted to hear your thoughts on how the maps panned out. What do you feel could have been done better, especially on Bind? Because honestly, I mean, not that I'm trying to be a disappointed parent or anything, but I expected a much better showing on Bind considering your history. So just wanted to know your thoughts.
Yeah, so we're not really bothered by taking the loss here. I mean, top 4 at this event. I mean, we didn't have anything coming into the event. I think we locked in our roster 12 hours before our first match.
Oh.
So we didn't really have a lot coming into it. So considering that we were putting a lot together in server rather than beforehand, we did a really good job. I think our bind was a little weak just because maybe we were a little nervous. I don't know if it was just playing with, because I don't think we've played the map with Era as filling in. So maybe we were a little not used to that chemistry there. But no, we're not phased in any manner. I mean, I think everybody played really well. I'm really proud of my team, what we've accomplished so far. So I think it just came down to just the cohesiveness. I think just that last minute substitute, it just little bit of a hole there, but I mean, Era did a great job filling in. I mean, we wouldn't have got this far without her. So
Okay, well, honestly, great hearing from what's it called? Great hearing those words out of you. You've always been like hopeful for your team's chances, always optimistic, and that's honestly like always something that should be appreciated in the esports scene. So I wanted to commend you on that. And yes, I also know your guys' circumstances. I know a lot of difficulties came up, especially right now. Again, not to tire out the point. Still though, great showing from you on top of the leaderboard, both maps. And is Optics available? I know he was med in game, but is he here or?
I'm not sure. Is he? Yeah, he's here.
Okay, perfect. Hey, man. I just wanted to get. I wanted to ask you a quick question. Did you feel that? How honestly, I'm more used to seeing you on like smokes. How did you feel playing Cypher that past map?
I mean, I main Senti from now on,
Okay.
like a little bit, yeah. So I'm used to actually playing Senti more than controller.
Okay.
But like to be honest, that last map, it was just like my mouse just kept on fucking dying every 2 seconds.
Oh, I noticed. Yeah,
I
you
really-
mentioned the dead
yeah.
zone. That was
Yeah,
really
I
tragic,
couldn't
honestly.
I couldn't really aim. It didn't happen the whole game. It happened like
okay.
the last half.
Right. Okay.
So I couldn't, yeah. So I feel like that kind of put us back even more. But I tried.
Fair enough. Well, honestly, I appreciate the effort as well as usual. And for the last two here, Ace and Wicked, I wanted to kind of ask you guys, a question. Not really a. Honestly, I'm sort of running out of ideas. Forgive me, but I wanted to know, like, Sensei Ace and Wicked. Who would you say on the team like you have the most like history with in general? Like I want to focus less on the game. I want to try to like hear more about your chemistry as we close out the your tournament life, I guess.
Honestly, the people that would probably be the closest would be Wicked and Intervene. Other than that, we're all kind of new to each other. Me and Era live in a similar area, but we didn't really know each other growing up or anything. So,
Okay.
Wicked and Intervene definitely have some history together. They got a lot of chemistry going into this.
Yeah, me and Intervene's known each other for a long time. Went to high school together. So
Okay, perfect.
we've been playing games for a long time together. So
Nice. Yeah.
yeah, we have a lot of chemistry there.
All right. Well,
and Intervene's our goat. That's all I
yeah.
gotta say.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, Intervene. Much credit to you once again. It cannot be understated. Now, before we end off here, any final thoughts from anyone? Any closing messages? Any good lucks? Any like teams you expect to win in the grand finals?
RVN.
RVN.
Yeah, we're going for RVN. Yeah.
RVN all the way.
Okay.
100%.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you guys so
So
much.
watch out for Law.
Hmm?
That dude's gonna win everything.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna go nuclear next game.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn right.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see it. Honestly, I'm really excited for next game as well. But yes, as I was saying, thank you guys so much for participating once again. Feel free to go rest now. It's over. But yeah, no, I'm hoping I'll get to see you guys in future events. And
of course.
Again, I can't thank you enough. So yeah,
Yeah, of
have
course.
a great
Thank
night.
you, thank you for the invite to the event. I mean, I know it was kind of last minute, but I mean, it was a great opportunity.
You know
so thanks
what?
for that.
A spot opened up. I couldn't not take the chance. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, cannot thank you enough once again. All right, you guys
We
take
do
care.
really
now.
appreciate the opportunity.
Have a good one.
All right.
Have a good one.
Hello, everyone.
It was there for earlier, I think.
Hello.
Not to drop in, but I kind of wanted to do a team-wide interview, considering it was the first semifinal, and I'm gonna keep it short. Considering you guys are still in, I really just wanted to hear how, you as a collective feel going into Grands.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. You look at my profile picture. Job ain't finished. Ain't shit to be happy about, man.
What? I don't know this guy.
Cooney, since you
Yeah.
seem so spirited, do you have anything to say in response to what Paris said? Okay, fair enough. Well, in that case, also I noticed the rewind was here high. Also, yeah, no, in that case, keeping it short. Good luck in Grands.
I gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, this guy, dude.
As Paris said, the job's not over yet, so lock in. Y'all got this. All right.
Honestly, man, a bit too easy.
Thank you.
Okay, Cooney. Okay.
Second game was a bit worried, but first game that was a bit too easy.
Yeah. All right. See y'all later. All right. So after a short break, we will actually be getting our next two teams together for the next match. So stay tuned and just vibe to the music, I suppose. Two representatives from the sides of Revenants and Fallen Champions. As a reminder, Revenants are were the number one team in their respective group, in Group B, and representing them today is Law. Feel free to say hi to chat.
Hi everyone.
All right, welcome, and I'm also joined here by Cantario, one of the players, actually primary duelist, in the runner-up of Group A, Fallen Champions. Say hi to chat.
Hello.
All right. Well, now that we're all up here, I spoke with them before quickly unveiling, our stream assets here. That we will be doing a coin toss, and since FLC were the runners-up, I will ask you to pick a side of a coin.
Let's do heads.
Okay. So now we ask Google to graciously flip a coin once again. Why is it not flipping a coin? All right, so you have selected heads, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that means that you will be the first. You'll be the first to pick a map ban for FLC. So go ahead when you're ready.
Go ahead and ban Pearl.
Okay, Pearl will not be played this series. And Law, what would RVN like to ban?
I just want to say that's a GOAT pick. Thank you. We'll ban Fracture.
Okay, Fracture is also gone.
I just love you so much already.
All right, Cantario. First map pick, please.
Let's do Lotus.
Okay, Lotus will be our first.
Oh my god,
map
I love
in the
you even
series.
more.
Oh my god.
Bro, like, what are you doing after this, man?
Hey yo. Don't let Nori hear about this, Cantario. Anyway.
She doesn't. She don't even know. She don't even know.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So FLC picked first map. Law, please pick first side.
We'll do defense first on Lotus.
Okay, so defense on Lotus, and now you get a map pick.
We're gonna take Haven.
Okay, Haven will be
Goated.
the second map in the series. Good pick, good pick. Cantario, what side would FLC like to start on?
Let's do a start in defense.
Okay, so there will be a side switch in between maps, just to keep that in mind. Now, between Abyss, Bind, and Split, what would you like your second ban to be?
I'm banning Abyss here.
Okay, Abyss is gone. And Law?
I'm banning Split.
Okay, Split is banned. That leaves us with Bind. So Bind will be the last map in the series. Once again, I wanted to thank both Cantario and Law for participating in Map Select, as well as their teams for playing in the tournament. And as far as chat's concerned, we'll be getting right to the game as soon as possible. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, visualize did win the protection. We are now back with our next match, FLC versus Revenants, the Group B winners versus the Group A runners-up. How will these two teams measure up against each other? Honestly, both of them have been incredible powerhouses so far this tournament. FLC even clinching a map against Visualize, the top-rated team. Not quite, not quite faltering against their rivals. But RVN so far have had a perfect record of 6 maps to 0. Let's see if they will be able to carry on their streak, or if they will fall short when it matters most. And once again, we are back with... Oh, forgot to... Yes. Forgot to click off my own stream. I was like, why am I hearing myself twice? Anyway. Yeah, we are finally in. We're finally in the match. And I'm finally ready to see a lack of Astra. Sorry, Timmy Fish 12. Anyway, what's the word? Again, let's see how either of these teams measure up. I would say a little closer of a match on our hands, potentially here, with between RVN's record and Rewind and Cantario's individual heroics. What is left to be seen is the team play. So far, we can see Rewind going on a bit of a mission on his own. Still, nothing ventured and nothing gained for this FLC side. Or he will be leading the push towards the C site. Some killer utility will be cleared up. Exchanging thoughts with Sneezera, and Cantario will be the one to draw first blood. RVN's Law will fall, and he will actually make his way relatively safely to the heaven side. Rewind picking off Minji on the aggression. Sneezera's up next. A Raccoon with one onto Mad Life actually from Secret. Sneezera picking up Kelly. Nori with one, and YZL on the refrag. Click on it. And the knife from Rewind on to Raccoon, running out of bullets and running off of pure frustration. Still, he has to contend with the likes of YZL, who is slowly but surely approaching Rewind's location, and the 50-50 has begun. The right click coming through, and the damage is good for Rewind as he claims the first round for Fallen Champions. What? Why did the Revenants... I think I set up the poll wrong. Anyway, not to worry. This is why I don't mod.
No peeking.
See a killjoy off across the map here. Atheli ultimately coming out on top. Well, the numbers do slightly favor Fallen Champions already. That pick was definitely a part of it. And really, Minji only has the classic to contend with these Fallen Champion players. as they funnel in to the site. Kentario already leaping all the way to the back, and Rewind taking as much space as possible for his team. He wants any sort of engagement he can get. Minji with the classic from behind, causing some problems. Kentario's nade is good to isolate Minji around his corner. Rewind will almost fall to the Omen.
One enemy
Still
remaining.
coming out on top, and Atheli with another.
Flawless.
And a flawless round coming through once again for FLC. Law on the aggressive, taking a position that Antario is all too familiar with, and Rewind almost getting caught by the plethora of utility being invested here. Still though, they've done what they needed to do. They baited out all the utility needed to be sure that there's enough presence on A, and will now funnel into Sneezera. With the rifle in hand, will claim 3 right off the bat. The nade hitting him right in the face, narrowly avoiding certain death. Some beautiful shots coming out from Sneezera here on this angle. FLC certainly not expecting it. Opting to back off and potentially re-aggress towards A. Nori will be the first here to spot out Law.
Still waiting.
Unless Law spots her out first. And the engagement onto Atheli is good, but the
30
shots,
seconds left.
not so much. Atheli again putting this Bulldog to work. And really, as soon as they come out of the smoke, they might be a little cooked. The YZL will be the one to do it. One round going the way of Revenants. Off of their first buy, off of a nice play, off of a great play from Sneezera. I see Kentario contesting Sneezera rather than just funneling with his team, who will, you know, do a great job of baiting out utility on this A site. Again, it's definitely a question of how much utility you can get rid of while being on A. And really, we just see Rewind making his way forward. The hunt is good from Nori, and the spam is also good onto Law. Sneezera in the meantime will pick off Kentario across the map, but now it's up to Atheli to potentially punish this KJ, and Atheli again putting in work this game, coming out on top, picking off the lurker. Raccoon with a bit of a pixel angle, and even if he does hear the noise, the side of FLC will opt to make a move towards B. Madlife queuing over the flash. Dizzy coming up as well, and again a bit of a familiar position on the site, funneling through a smoke, trying to get through. Still though, not good.
You had your fun. My
Raccoon will get the better of Rewind around the corner, but Rewind has to force this engagement. 85 health to his name, not much time available. They're trying to run out this ult. And it's good for the side of for RVN. Nori though will ultimately make it worth Rewind's while, still taking a smattering of damage herself. And now we're in a 2-on-2 situation with the time slowly dwindling away. YZL will be up next here, trying to get a trying to fight one of these players. The one-way smoke will be good for the angle, and YZL will be picking off C Noir, and ultimately Atheli will fall to Minji as Wingman defuses the spike, and the second round will be going the way of Revenants. Now we see a clump, more of a clump up from the side of Fallen Champions. And it's just up to Minji to try to get some spam going. The paranoia might be good here to stall them out. I would say a little bit premature here. YZL though around the corner will fall to Kentario's Stinger. Rifle will be claimed, and now the advantage falls. The advantage lies in FLC's favor. Nori will be covering Atheli from behind, picking up the rifle. Lado will be picking off Atheli. Kentario keeping it competitive, grabbing 2 eliminations, and can he potentially grab the 4th here? Yes, he can. And I mean, a 3rd round going the way of FLC off their eco. A good decision to clump up towards B rather than worried about A. And it ultimately pays off. And again, we see a I guess a 4 and 1 stack, heavily favoring B site. Kentario will go on a bit of an adventure as Rewind is at the helm of this FLC push.
You should run.
Now the lockdown invested. Minji with the smoke has to contest with the Stinger. And even the defenders investing the Killjoy ult of their own. Kentario around this corner will be there to pick up Minji. And I mean, Sneezera really just committing to getting this lockdown placed. And Nori even getting caught by the attacking lockdown. And there's so many detained players on the site. Nori around the corner is still detained. And it's all up to Rewind. Can he get one? Yes, he can. Can he get the second around the corner? No, he can't. YZL will be the one to pick it up. And really, the Thrash on top of the Killjoy ultimate picking up Nori was detained for a total of 16 seconds that round. And it's just absolutely diabolical work. Great use of utility from RVN. Again, Sneezera on the aggressive. Actually, Law taking a bit of a back seat. Jump peeking to try to help this Killjoy cross into a corner. And really, this could be disastrous from FLC if they don't clear this. Yes, they do. Rewind wise to it, actually, you know, probably seen that play before. And now they have to funnel onto the side right into Law's showstopper. Not really a Rosa. YZL did just deny it. And again from Kentario, the showstopper coming through. YZL with a headshot out of the sky. And Law, again, putting in work. And it's just all up to Nori. Left alone. Slightly battered, not quite bruised. And in the face of Revenants, in the face of 4 Revenants, players will fall. And the 4th will be given way to Revenants. And so far we're seeing the runners-up of Group A showing obviously putting up numbers in their own right. Rewind and Kentario especially, you know, they've been great all tournament. Atheli and the rest of the squad ultimately, you know, more focused on the tactical approach, you know, using utility, punishing lurks. Atheli especially, you know, a notable player in punishing Sneezera's flanks. Still though, I mean, the side of Revenants is looking as sharp as ever. You know, coming out of Group B, still incredibly strong. And really considering how close this game has been so far, I'm really curious to see how the rest of this defense side on RVN plays out.
Their fears betrayed them.
See Law again, safely nestling onto rubble. Cantario the only one to just watch all the utility fly. Spam also coming through for Raccoon, making sure that B-Link area is accessible. Rewind now at the helm of the speed push once again. Really just convening, trying to gather their bearings before they try to make any moves. Still though, Sneezera, a bit of an X factor so far, actually picking up two very quick ones. Feli and Rewind will fall. Now it's just left, it's just up to the rest of the FFC squad to make the most of this round. Cantario lobbing the grenade to the back of side, the fault line sent through from Madlife. And the Paranoia will come through as well. All these players are corralled in the back of the site. They have to shoot their way out. Cantario, unfortunately, not getting much more other than YZL. And I mean, good retake from the side of RVN, again off of a great play by Sneezera.
Out how.
So far, this ironclad defense of RVN struggling. Fallen Champions struggling to, you know, find an opening in this ironclad Revenant's defense.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
And we can even see here they're grouping up towards this A site. Want to try to actually find any sort of value here. Law will ultimately not send it all the way to rubble. Still though, they do have 3, even 4 players here. Minji playing it a bit more patient. Not quite breaking through the stone doorway yet. And really all we're seeing is spam on the side of from Raccoon and the rest of Revenants. Really not giving any sort of engagement, not sacrificing any bodies. And really, with Minji in such a safe spot, he can actually get the drop on them here. Paranoia comes through. Not quite going his way. They don't really send it towards B yet, but Sneezera in a bit of a spot familiar to FLC, actually picking up 3 right off the bat. And now it's just left to Feli and Nori once again as the rest of Revenants funnel to this B-Link position. And Raccoon and YZL will pick up the last 2 despite Sneezera grabbing 3. Again, another multi-frag from the Killjoy. Sneezera on top of the leaderboard, putting in all the work for his team so far. A lot of people, including me, give Law a lot of credit for how, you know, how quick he's able to get into ideal positions. But so far, this map Sneezera has been surprising me time and time again with great peaks, incredible timings, and just, you know, consistently taking any space that's been missed. Now a bit of a spread towards the C site. Actually, Sneezera and Law walking forward. Feli though, the Killjoy difference. Picking up a swift headshot onto Sneezera, taking a little bit of damage themselves. And Law is still around this corner, someone that still needs to be given appropriate amount of respect. The shots will come through for YZL and Law. Nori not quite able to secure any sort of refrag. Still though, we tune into Cantario, who is all the way in their spawn, in the defending spawn for some reason. Did he spot Minji? I don't think he did, but Raccoon might be the first to find him here. He will actually not. Look at Cantario. And the shots don't quite go his way, but will be able to cross narrowly avoiding Minji. And that play alone actually secures FLC the A site.
Where are you?
Honestly, a much needed plant for them. Now we're on a bit more of a fair 3-on-3 retake instead of just having them all funneled in one area. How will RVN unpack this? They still have some utility here. They have a lot of information. Paranoia coming through, accidentally catching the ball in the crossfire. And the Thrash also coming through the Nightfall, actually marking all three of these players. And Cantario immediately capitalizing on the information, grabbing the 3K. And Madlife will be the one to grab the last elimination. 6-4 in favor of Revenants. And again, I can't state it enough. A much needed round for the side of FLC off of a nice timing taken from Cantario.
Let's have some fun.
Now Madlife will be the one to contest Sneezera's domain, Sneezera's dune, so to say. Still paying attention not to give away too much right off the bat. The shoulder might have spotted Madlife. And the fault line has been queued. Good catch, actually. And I mean, forcing Sneezera to back off is as good of a play as any.
My ult is ready.
Now with the reinforcements gained of Rewind, they might be looking at tackling this A side instead. Cantario picking off his counterpart, Law. And with Rewind's ultimate online, looking to potentially walk up here. Both taunts have been consumed. Now it's up to Raccoon to step up to the blade. Pixel angle taken once again, betraying him. YZL on the jump peak, smoke coming through from Minji, and now 30 seconds on the clock. Fallen champions are forced to make their way over. Rolling Thunder consumed by Madlife. Raccoon is in a bit of trouble. YZL though bailing him out just for now. Still the defending lockdown coming through. The flash is good. Onto Rewind. He can't quite grab the eliminations. Nori and Madlife trying to spamming Ateli. And well, I mean, as I continue to narrate whatever chaos this was, the detained Rewind will just have to sit there and wait for, you know, YZL to
Last round
claim him.
before the switch.
Oh man. 7-4 so far in favor of Revenants. And well, on the attacker-sided map at that. All FLC can hope for is just one more round.
They are mine. I'll find you.
Against Sneezero with an early peak, you know, feeling it as usual. And rightfully so this game, he's been on a bit of a tear. You know, just making sure to, you know, stay conscious about it either way. Going for a one shot and backing off. Rewind very narrowly, smoke narrowly missing him. And the showstopper coming through. Sneezera actually picking up one onto Madlife as well as a second onto Cantario. And they're all funneled over here behind the smoke. The tether coming through, but YZL with the spam onto Ateli. And well, I mean, how much longer can Nori survive before Sneezera picks up a fourth? And the eighth round will go the way of Revenants, and we will move on to the next half. 16-6 on this Killjoy so far. What a performance. What a showing.
Placing alarm bot.
Turret out.
And I mean, going into this half, I don't know what FLC is expecting. It's a bit of an uphill battle if they want to take this map home. Even Kentario running across here. And yes, the headshot's good, but Law will immediately follow soon after. Nori trying to make the best of it. Getting a little bit of damage onto the rest, some of the RVN players. Rewind and Madlife's aggression will ultimately give them one. Still though, negative trade not quite in their favor, and it's just left up to Etheli and Madlife to try their best here. See if they can group up and pick up any of these eliminations off of Nori's damage. Fault line used as well as the nano swarm. They are sending it now. Madlife will not be checking defender spawn, and unfortunately Etheli actually 180 reaction onto Law. Still though, Raccoon trying to line up the shot. Actually, oh no, Raccoon! Raccoon! Oh my god. Etheli's just been knifed. Oh jeez. Oh no. And after such a nice shot too, Raccoon just has to go and absolutely crush their spirits.
Turret out.
I'll find you.
Now I see Revenants grouping up towards the seaside once again. They really just want to focus the seaside down. And Etheli is the only person here to contend with all this aggression. Law immediately making his way onto Bend, picking off Etheli. The Boombot also coming through, potentially spotting out Rewind. The spam not coming through. Actually able to jump across relatively safely. Still though, with pistols in hand, really FLC have to try their best to get any sort of pick they can manage. Raccoon again with a knife onto what the hell, Raccoon? How did you just get two? What did I just miss?
Is for amateurs.
I blink and I look at the kill feed and there's Raccoon, 3 knife kills in 2 rounds. What was that? Raccoon, you better have that clip. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that clip. What the hell?
Watching here.
Oh god. How crushing must that be for FLC?
Here. Here.
And again, RVN with the focus towards C. This time, Etheli, armed with Trusty Vandal, ready to
Killed my bot.
take on whoever sends it to the site. Still though, even if they clear out the utility, they do end up shifting their focus towards B. At least for now. Not really sure what the intention is, but I know for a fact Sneezera is there just to play decoy. And really, we have Kentario around this corner as well. And Rubble. They know it too. Law always plays there, so they want to do that spot due diligence. And unfortunately, not a single timing goes his way. Madlife though picking up Law, taking a lot of damage from the grenade. Sneezera though with the lurk at just the right time. Etheli though again the killjoy difference. Picking up Sneezera. The plan will come through for RVN. And the numbers now shift in the favor of FLC. Rewind is now activated and he wants to take this round into his own hands as usual. You know, he's kind of like a dormant beast.
Last player standing.
Who will remain dormant as YZL unfortunately will pick him off from behind. Just up to Nori with 18 health, having to peek out of the smoke. trying to spot out any of these players. The peek is not quite good enough. Minji will be picking up that elimination, and the 11th round will go the way of RVN, the winners of Group B.
I can buy. Shadows traveling. Drop the spike.
And we see Law already picking off Cantario early on. The shots! The shots! Lighting up Nori. And Minji will ultimately pick it up as well. I even missed it on the other on B site. Rewind actually falls as well. And well, it's a bit dangerous here for the rest of these FLC players, Madlife and Atheli, with less than ideal weaponry.
Amateur.
And even though Madlife does pick off Law, Atheli has to try their best to pick off Sneezera. Ultimately falling to the stronger weapon. Madlife grabbing 2, keeping it competitive. He wants to go for this. Fall line will be queued. Raccoon around this corner. Will they expect it? The run and gun not going his way. Madlife now has 3 eliminations. Can they secure a 4th? Running through. Minji will be next. But the shot from the Omen is too good. And the 12th will go the way of RVN. And a much needed timeout for the side of FLC. Nori calling it much needed. They need to gather their bearings, they need to gather their spirits. They need to try their best to make the most out of the end of this map. And in RVN's case, they're really looking comfortable. I honestly expected outside of groups we might see a little bit of faltering, but honestly, like, I'm not even gonna say it. They've defied my expectations. And really, their namesake Revenants, you know, 6-0 so far. Not really having a death to come back from. Like, you know, you'd imagine with a name like that, they're known for comebacks, but really, they're just dominating so far. And really, like, Rewind has to try his best to. What? A peek from Law. You saw him just slowly inching, bit by bit, slicing the pie very slowly. And the utility coming through. The ult from Law, not quite grabbing any, but still picking up Atheli. Now, suddenly, you know, as I was kind of, you know, talking, you know, making jokes about Revenant's namesake, the site is now property of their team. And Law will be picking up a 4th.
Attackers win. There we go.
At the end of the game. And 13-4 for the side of Revenants. And we will be going next to the next map. So stay tuned, everyone. And yeah, just take it easy, relax, and you know, theory craft, I guess, in chat. With map 2, we have a bit of a side switch here. I did not change the UI to reflect that. Once again, forgive me. We've got We've got Revenants now on the attack, on the offensive first, and we have FLC on the defense. I don't believe... I mean, honestly, Haven was definitely one of the maps that was played more so far this tournament. We didn't see Abyss at all. We saw Fracture like 2 times. And I mean, we saw Pearl a couple times. And really, honestly, for good reason. Abyss was banned a lot. I mean, actually, yeah, no, not a single Abyss game played. Still though, you know, going into this game, we see Nori on the Omen, Kantario and Rewind on 2 duelists rather than Rewind being on the Clove, opting to lock in the Reyna. Atheli as well on Vice. Bit of an odd comp here for the side of FLC. Still though, I'm sure they're playing. I'm sure they're gonna be playing like more aggro. I'm sure they're more focused on trying to, you know, secure eliminations, especially with the plethora of flashes they have. They've got, you know, let's count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flashes in total in their comp. You know, it's just so much. Sentinel has flash, Initiator has flash, Duelist has flash. You know, this is what Riot wants Valorant to be. Just all flashes. On the flip side though of RVN, who didn't really I want to say they didn't play this map a lot. Not sure if they have yet. Still though, running the Breach and Sova alongside the Omen. Cypher for Sentinel and Law at the helm on oh my god, I nearly said DPS, Duelist. You know, looking to again put up numbers once again, and we see Rewind and Atheli already on the aggressive. The Thorns being placed to cover Rewind's exit, and the Jiggle Peak might go his way. The shoulder shot onto YZL, just a little bit of damage to start us off. And look at how deep Kantario is here on middle. Will Sneezera expect this? The body shots are good. The answer is no. Sneezera will ultimately be the one who's caught. And baiting out the shear is Law. The jump peak is good. And really, now we see RVN slowly walking back to a main here. Rewind though with a bit of a premature peek. YZL with the refrag, catching the Omen. That's the smokes down for RVN, and this round is suddenly not looking too good. And Atheli is up next to bat. The right click onto Law is good. Kantario up next here with a 3K with the Sheriff. And now we see one round going the way of FLC at the beginning of this map. Off of Kantario's aggressive positioning. Good of him to just not even utilize like the gate crashes or the flash or the flashes or the clone. You know, just straight up walking down with the smoke. Honestly, great.
Time to jump.
You know, great show of bravery here. But now we see Revenants doing a bit of a VZ cosplay. Kantario actually picking up Sneezera. They will lose him on the way, but they have to keep running through. Madlife will fall, but Rewind will be next to receive onto Law. The shots don't quite go his way. Nori in the backup side picking up Raccoon. YZL with the classic, managing to recover a Marshall. And the flash coming through from Rewind. It's good onto YZL, and the peek onto Minji is also great. And the second round will ultimately go the way of FLC.
My old friend, did you really expect that to work? No prisoners.
Now RVN on their first spy round. Let's see if this will be the difference maker. YZL actually hearing the gate crash come
Right
through. I
there.
don't think Contario is going to commit to this. I think he just kind of sent this all the
Right
way to
there.
this one. Oh my goodness. He doesn't plan on teleporting, does he? He wants this kill onto Sneezera. But really, it's the reaction that might give him away. YZL is sitting on top of this gate crash. He wants to know what Contario's plan is with this. And even Raccoon with the drone. Oh my goodness, he did teleport. YZL picking up Contario all the way in Defender's spawn. And Law in the meantime actually picking up Ateli at the same time. Rewind though with the elimination, keeping things competitive. The dart will spot him. And now the rest of RVN are funneling onto the side. Nori with a great paranoia from up in the heavens. And the running peek from Raccoon deterring Rewind's aim for the time being. And Sneezera with the perfectly timed flank to secure the round. And the first buy will go the way of RVN.
This goes here. I need this. My thanks. Oh, this is a nice spot.
Now going into this next round, really, I just want to know if FLC plan on going aggressive. Rewind and Contario will definitely deliver on my request, getting one each. Law is still in play though. Law has not peaked. So far they've only lost Sneezera and YZL. Raccoon's drone as well, grabbing some information. The smoke is a little bit deep, allowing Minji to slip through, and Contario will fall. Minji as well, Nori, who was walking up towards A. And I mean, the number's still in favor of Fallen Champions. But with Raccoon's pick onto Mad Life, it suddenly shifts slightly in the attacking side's favor. Atheli recovering a Vandal, having to make the trek all the way from middle. Rewind a bit premature on the peak there. Rewind spotting him on the cross. Paranoia coming through, not quite landing onto this Reyna. Still though, Atheli will be caught by it. And it's all up to them. Clearing out every possible angle they can. Headshot onto Minji's good.
Launching thorns.
But really, we have Raccoon's shock darts still in play. Flash coming through. The shock dart is good. The jump peek is also good here to still provide sufficient information. 86 health to their name. Oh, the dart is too short! Still though, Raccoon with the quick peek. Unfortunately for Atheli, almost sticking the defuse all the way. But not quite successful in that endeavor. Raccoon ultimately securing the round.
At least they kept it interesting.
Now with another buy queued up, and these RVN players in middle, can Rewind and Nori hold them back long enough? Contario ultimately losing his life, still though getting refragged by Mad Life. And Nori is in a great position to capitalize here. The shot onto Raccoon is good, but YZL will be the one to stop the rampage. All them just looking back at just the wrong time, losing one in the process. Thorns are good here, and Rewind, that's a bit of an awkward angle. Minji, good for him though. Picking him up since he's low. And I mean, RVN a bit lost on what to do here, just pinging everywhere they possibly can. Still though, 3v2 situation for FLC. And FLA has to be the first one here. The wall has been triggered, and Law peeking the back of sight at just the right time to pick up Atheli, who was stunned, battered and bruised.
Spike planted.
And really, If I were Mad Life, I'd just hold on to the weapon. Mad Life wants to put on a show though. Mad Life wants to find one of these players. Minji will be up first. And again, you know, considering any sort of 1v1 engagement onto Minji, it just has never gone not in his favor. I honestly, like, Minji's notable performance this map. Or Minji's putting on a notable performance this map. And honestly, I just remembered that RVN played this map because Minji actually aced on this map. So anyway, forgive my forgetfulness. YZL with an early peek, just trying to spam on through, making sure Kentario doesn't actually. What the hell? Sneezera's already all the way up, picking up Rewind without a second to spare. And Kentario is so stunned, he is forced to get out. Teleport consumed, and wow, the From the Shadows is well used towards his A site. Etheli has completely given it up. And well, Law is next up here. Kentario teleporting to assist. Still though, Law on the catch. And we've seen great things from Etheli's Bulldog, but only a couple body shots so far. And even Sneezera and Raccoon all the way across here. Sneezera with a third. Can he secure the fourth onto Nori, who has just the Marshal in hand? Paranoia's good. The teleport not quite getting her the distance. And the flawless round will come through from Revenants. An unexpected complete flip of strategies. And it's all thanks to the From the Shadows.
Yes, this should do.
Two-round deficit, a little bit concerned on the side of FLC is a little bit concerned, and even their money is not helping either. Rewind pretty much has to hero buy. Try to make the most out of this, and even Kentario, just with armed with the shotgun, has to make any sort of player around this corner bite the dust. Forced back by the spam.
Off your feet!
And even the Rolling Thunder queued up. Etheli's in such a bad spot. Still though, Law will be caught. Sheer will do enough to isolate him. YZL's Aftershock though enough to pick up Kentario. And we equalize at 4-4. Now Rewind has the opportunity to pick off another onto YZL. And Etheli up close with the Sheriff, picking up one. And Nori also across the map, making things more doable for FLC. And looking away at just the right time for YZL is Etheli.
One enemy remaining.
And even Minji actually picking up Mad Life. And it's just up to Nori once again in this defender spawn. And the fault line is good for YZL to grab the 4K as well as the 5th for Revenants.
They can run or get run over. Their choice.
And again, we see the bountiful economy for the side of Revenants compared to just the bits and pieces that FLC have to build together like a broken vase with super glue. They really just have to piece together whatever rounds they possibly can to make it comfortably into the next half. And it all starts with this one. It all starts with this round. If they can secure this round, then we can definitely see better things for their attack. And Rewind is always trying to make the most out of any angle he can manage. Minji throwing the smoke towards... And what was that from Minji? Sneezera running around the corner, actually throwing off Rewind. And, well, Minji just from all the way deep in mid, picking up the elimination. And, well, Nori only has a Marshal. What can they do here? Law...
Player standing.
It's just, it's cooked. Etheli popping the ult in frustration, trying their best to do whatever they possibly can, and the attempted knife from Minji that will be denied from Law. The disrespect will be denied by Revenant's duelists. Any attempt at further destroying their mental will be inhibited.
Get out of my way.
Again, Kentario making his way down to A short, trying his best to pick up the pieces for his team.
Cutting through.
And only managing the body shot. Menji around this corner is what was that from Kentario? What a flick! And regen shield coming through, giving him a little bit more leeway. Thorns and Sheer have been baited from the shadows, consumed by Nori. And unfortunately for her, Law will be there on the catch. Sneezera as well on Garage, picking off Rewind. And really, what can you do here? Law has Blade Storm out, and yeah, just give him the 4K. Just give him the 4K. Seventh round for seventh round for RBN. And Sneezera picking up Nori, who just has a Marshall, mind you. Rewind has the Vandal here, could make the difference. Walking into the cage, picking up Sneezera. And really, and Law as well, picking up Kentario. And just a Theli here. Grabbing one. Slowly mounting the comeback. Law. Law, give... oh man, Law, give them a chance, dude. That is insane. Fault line coming through from Mad Life is good. Rewind shots as well, picking up Sneezera. Again, a bit of disrespect to the Cypher, who's been playing really good. And Kentario grabbing one, but it will end at that. Atheli just with the shotgun in hand, the flash coming through to provide them a little bit of support. Still though, Nori is in a position to go huge. And YZL will not look at the right time whatsoever. And Rewind in B, picking up 2 more much needed frags for his team. YZL though, picking up Nori as well as Atheli, who only had a shotgun. And well, can this madman do it? Flash coming through from Mad Life, a little bit short. Can YZL do it? Picking up 3 eliminations. And yeah, he is just gonna backpedal into Rewind's arms. And the 4th will go his way, as well as the 3rd round for Fallen Champions.
Last round in the half.
I do have to ask everyone in chat to take it easy. is now on. Rewind's Empress is now online. Law trying to spam through the smoke. I guess Minji with the Odin as well.
Blocking sight.
Spamming through garage door. As Nizera up close and personal inside the smoke.
I know it.
We'll be picking up Rewind, and the Rolling Thunder will come through. Sneezera is continuing to show up. Sneezera is continuing to get frags. And he's in a position to continue to show up.
One enemy remaining.
And really, it's just Minji spamming with the Odin. And, you know, I guess the Hunter's Fury to secure it.
Switching sides.
3-9 in favor of RVN.
I will survive them.
But someone also mentioned in chat, you know, it's good to remember that FLC has 8 flashes. Count it, 8 flashes. This is the half where their comp shows this is the half where their comp will have the most value. This is the half where their comp will shine the best. As far as Revenants is concerned, Sneezera is having the game of his life, the series of his life. Sneezera is just absolutely on top. On top about, like, you know, just on top of the world. Like, Sneezera can do no wrong. And look at this guy as a sheriff, and he insta-dinks the decoy and picks up Mad Life in the process. Kantario teleports all the way into garage. Raccoon will be there to receive. And like, I mean, I'm just saying it at this point. Sneezera can do no wrong. Running behind, triggering the shear, isolated from his teammate, but can Atheli contend with the Cypher, with the Sheriff.
One enemy remaining.
Will not diff him this time. And Nori, what the hell, with 3 eliminations.
I have the spike.
Trusty Sheriff in hand, 45 health to her name against 2 Revenants players.
Shadows traveling.
All she can hope for is planting the spike
planted.
and at least picking up 1 to potentially secure it. It's only pistol round, so this is still possible. Reload coming through as well. Even the fault line queued as well as the smoke.
Cover going
and they just want to cover every avenue. They want to make sure every angle is cleared. And YZL now in the defuse and the spam. Unfortunately, not good for Nori in this round. And a 10th will be conceded in favor of Revenants.
Need a drop. Need a drop. Thanks.
Already picking up the Outlaw to start us off here. And Sneezera again with the Sheriff! And, well, I mean, he overcooked it a little bit. The flash is good. Still though, YZL will fell Kantario.
1 enemy remaining.
And Raccoon with the Ares as well from the other side. Oh, and no way. Okay, Minji attempting the knife. And well, ultimately, YZL picking up the 3K.
I'll rough them up.
It seems like a lot of these Haven games are the games that are the most tragic. 11-3 in favor of Revenants. And, well, considering it is the first, well then, not looking good in terms of money at all. Still, FLC scraping together a buy, trying to make something happen here. Sneezera with the pick onto Nori. Marshall will be put to the ground once again. The rest of FLC painstakingly make their way back to C. trying their best to set up a play here. And Cantario, the shot will be good, and the Raccoon and YZL actually looking at that gate crash. YZL again will be standing on top of the gate crash. Will Cantario consume it? Actually, not even given a chance this time. You know, doesn't want to play with his food, so to say. And it's gonna be Sniper v Sniper here in the back line. Law has one shot left on that Outlaw. Avoiding the wire. YZL as well, picking off Madlife with the aftershock on this side. Rewind picking up. Raccoon in the meantime dinking the breach on the site. Minji and YZL combining. Finally Cantario with the teleport all the way deep into spawn. They still think he's main because he killed their Jets. And the spam is good! And the 4th round going their way! With 0.65 seconds. With 0.65 seconds remaining on the defuse, FLC will clinch a 4th round. And now, with that round under their belt, they can comfortably buy some rifles. And now we see the five stack towards the C site. Cantario already looking for some early engagements. Raccoon though, Raccoon has other plans. Raccoon wants to sit in his corner and enjoy eating his scraps the best he can. Meanwhile, Minji and the rest of RVN are actually deep in the flank, and Atheli can hope to isolate at least one of them, not even waiting for the shear, peeking immediately. And the Rolling Thunder now invested from the side of RVN, and it's a little bit good. Madlife will be caught, and Nori will be the last one alive with a rifle still in play. Recovering from the stun now, will have to contend with the likes of Minji. The paranoia going through, can't quite stop the diffuser though. Law will get up just a headshot her inside the smoke. Thrifty. And a 12th round will be claimed for Revenants.
Match point.
What a devastating deficit. What a devastating deficit for the side of FLC. And again, we find ourselves in a familiar situation.
Need a drop.
Last map was also 12-4. Last map was also 12-4. Can they potentially come together here? Can they potentially gather everything they possibly have and roll out all together as a team? And Law already picking up Madlife does not make this look good. Nori caught around this corner. Law will grab a third. Atheli will be next. Cantario picking up Sneezera, and Law again with the 4K to finish us off. 4-13. Revenants are still undefeated. 8 maps to 0. And after a short break, we'll get on with our concluding interviews, and we'll have our closing statement before tomorrow's grand finals. Stay tuned. All right, I'm joined here by FLC's team captain, Nori. Hi, it's nice having you up here as usual.
Hello.
And you know, I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I just wanted to know like your final thoughts now that you're. I mean, technically this means FLC's 3rd place, because I'm not sure if I don't know if FLC and VG want to do a 3rd place match. Either way, technically this means your team is 3rd place. So I mean, you will be walking away with bronze medal. And so just wanted to ask you, do you have any words for your team, like any words of encouragement, anything you feel like any goals you have in mind for the future? Because I know you had problems with the roster a little bit.
Oh my god, yeah. No, mostly just like a sorry to my teammates, that to my star players, especially like Cantario and Apple. I feel really bad for them because, you know, we went into it super strong, high hopes, and then shit just went down. Our roster got messed up with, and we had to play with 2 subs for the rest of the season. So I just feel bad for them more than anything.
Yeah, I mean it's never a situation you want to be in. I definitely, I always appreciate you that you guys gave it your all. Again, like I say this for many of the teams in the tournament as well. Still though, you guys specifically, you put up a great showing. Rewind and Cantario had a lot of highlights. And even like, even if Atheli and Madlife were kind of just thrown into the fray, and I mean you especially, like, or not especially, but you as well, like, really just all around the great team, great showing. And yes, enough with the glaze. I just wanted to wish you guys the best of luck for the future, and I hope things eventually work out for your roster, because like I really want to see you guys compete in the tournament again, like in a future tournament. But yeah, no, definitely, like, again, definitely appreciate you guys participating.
Thank you for hosting. It was a lot of fun. A lot of great teams.
Of course. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go for now. You guys have a great night, and yeah, we'll hope to see you in a different event.
Bye, chat.
All right, so now we will be jumping into the RVN call. I apologize if it gets a bit noisy, but they did request a roster-wide interview. So yeah, get ready. Hello, RVN. You are now live on stream, so feel free to keep the... I mean, okay, I know Minji is pretty wholesome. I know Law's pretty wholesome. I know a lot of you guys... I know actually Sneezera as well is pretty wholesome. Raccoon is kind of towing the line of like being, a little bit.
You're just saying that because of the knives. You're just saying that because of the knives.
And I mean, I don't know why they just didn't want Skittles to talk this much, but anyway, I just wanted to say I'm not gonna take too much of your time. We're just gonna go down the. I'm just gonna go down the list, ask you a simple question, starting with Minji. Congratulations once again for your team winning 2-0. You're 8-0 so far. Can you make it 11-0? Do you think you guys can make it 11-0? Do you guys think you'll drop a map in grand finals, Minji?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Wait, who are we playing?
Visualize top team in
Nah.
Group A.
Nah.
Okay, let's all be nicer. Let's all be nice.
Let's all be nice. Oh, also, I know I said I'll go down the list. Still though, Raccoon, in light of your knives, how's it feel knowing you got the only knife 2K in time zone history?
I mean, I got the one the first. I literally told Law that pistol round. I'm baiting you, and I was gonna kill the KJ. And then I saw her just staring at Minji, so I went for the knife. And then I flanked again the next round, saw those two people with their backs to me, and I was like, I gotta go for it.
Did you clip it? Did you clip it?
No, I did not.
No, I mean, it'll be on
no,
stream.
we do. We have it.
It was still, I think, a great moment.
No, honestly, it's...
So far, that's like my peak of the tourney.
Fair
Right
enough.
there that's my favorite moment.
Yes.
Yeah, I had fun today because Sneeze started getting mad that he kept dying mid, and I was like, there was one round where he picked up the champs band, and I was like, why do you even want that? It's not gonna glow for you. And he was like, all right, bet. And he started heating up. And I was like, all right, nice. I don't gotta do anything now.
You know
so
what?
I just
like,
had fun that last map.
Even in Lotus, Sneeze was putting up was putting up numbers every round. Every time I like switch to his POV, he's just getting 2Ks, 3Ks. And this is what I expected from Law. I didn't expect like Sneeze to just be like, alright, hold my beer, and then just destroy everyone in the lobby.
Let me just put that out there.
So,
I'm the most consistent Revan player.
All right.
Just consistent. All
right. I will say
well, you
one
can't
thing,
lie.
though.
You can't lie. I'm consistent. You can't lie.
I will say one thing though is like, in the first 5 rounds of every game we play, all 8 maps that we've won, all first 5 rounds, Sneeze always at least rages 2 or 3 times for no reason, and he'll just start yelling in our ear. And all we need to do to focus him back up is just like like Raccoon said, for example, like, yo, why do you have Champs Vandal? It's not even gonna go for you. And then like a switch just turns on every time for him, and like he just drops 20 by the end of the game.
So
it's insane.
Basically, you know, anime logic, back him into a corner, and he just becomes the strongest character in the story.
I got that solo
him.
leveling fucking dungeon music playing, bro.
This guy played the opening to solo leveling before our game, bro.
No, not the opening, bro. Like the dungeon scene, you know the music. Yeah, I was playing that, bro. I was powering up.
Oh,
I was leveling up this entire time.
Dude, no, that's awesome, Sneeze. No, I I appreciate you sharing that. And I mean, like, you know, not to leave them out, Skittles and YZL, you know, wait, Skittles was
no,
coaching,
he was
right?
our coach. Yeah, he was.
Skittles was coaching. Skittles, are you? I just have one thing to ask you. How proud of you are your team? How proud of you of your team?
I mean, I already knew that they were gonna win going in. I mean, like it's like, you know, that there's nothing really to say. Like, I already knew that we were gonna win. So.
Oh well. Honestly, it's nice seeing that you guys are confident. You know, confident from the beginning to the end, and you know, YZL. What do you want? Like, what is a map that you think you want your team to pick for the finals? Like, what is something that we haven't seen a lot so far this tournament that you want to play? Is it Abyss? Is it Pearl? You know, what do you think? What are we thinking here? What I want to hear your thoughts.
Can we not?
It's definitely not Pearl.
Wait. This question helps the opposition.
I think it's Pearl. I think it's Pearl, bro. Pearl, you guys have to be scared of that, bro. Like, we actually practice Pearl, like the most out of every single map. So Skittles, I don't know why you're laughing, because you've never played one game.
Okay, actually, I did play against VG.
No.
Like,
okay. He did.
You're good for you. You're good for you.
All right.
You're good for you, bro. Okay.
And yes,
so Pearl, you guys should be scared about Pearl, bro. Like, it's good. Like, it's super good. Way better than all the maps.
Yeah, we 13 every single team that we scrim on Pearl. So.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, against like Radiance, Immortals, you know.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
oh my god.
Just be like really scared.
Yeah, no, because you know you and VZ are both really good Pearl teams, so I would love to see you guys play Pearl, like 100%.
Man, we are so excited to play Pro, right?
And like, our fractures like super devious, and like you guys just really do not want to play us.
You do not want to see our fracture.
Really I'm really just trying my best to ignore the sarcasm.
Like
I'm the most genuine person here. Our Pearl's like top 10. We might be a top 10 Pearl team. Just don't take us a Pearl.
We're like a 2022 loud like prime ass.
We're dead ass the 2016 Golden State Warriors, but we're 73-9 in Pearl. We don't lose.
And then we're like LeBron.
Wait, but we lose in the finals. That's what you're saying.
Hey, no.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa,
the only thing you don't have in, I almost said we. The only thing you don't have in common with Golden State is you can win a final.
Oh.
Yep.
Anyway.
No, wait. The only thing we don't have in common with Golden State is like we haven't lost.
We don't choke leads.
Anyway, sorry. Just to, you know, to get the conversation back on track. Law, I didn't mean to leave you for last, but do you have any closing messages for your squad going into tomorrow?
Honestly, man. Okay, bro. Yeah, just because you said that, I'm not saying nothing about you. But no, honestly, like coming into this tournament, we were kind of all over the place a bit. We didn't really have like any. Well, I mean, we still kind of don't, but we don't really have like a proper foundation. Like probably most of the teams in this tourney, like you know, having experience in games. Like this is our first tournament. This is most of our first times playing together.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, honestly, I'm just proud of everyone. I mean, you can see by the games, we definitely like.
Crazy.
Okay, bro.
This guy.
But no, honestly, like based on the games, like, you know, I'm really proud of how everyone has come together. We definitely play very well as a team, and I really enjoy playing with these guys. It's very fun. So I'm excited to play in the finals, and you know, I hope if we don't keep an undefeated map record, I just hope we win.
That's That's very wholesome, very nice. Thank you so much, Law. And I mean, not to take away from like how wholesome the situation is, but you know the meme of that guy who keeps getting interrupted.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that was your entire team with you.
Oh
just
wait,
now.
I have two more things to say. Sorry,
Yes,
two more things.
of course.
One, YZL, you are the GOAT, bro. You are the GOAT, bro.
Yes.
YZL's the GOAT, bro. You know, he really did show up today. I'm really happy because normally, he's bottom of the leaderboard, but he really
No. I'll give you perms in the server, please.
Okay. Anyway. Second
guys,
thing I need to say.
we need to close this out.
Second thing I need to say is I gotta shout out the Minji trio. New Jeans for life, bro. Sneeze and Minji, bro. They wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without them, actually. But us three, man. The team connection is there. Like we really like each other. You know, we have fun with each other, even during the games. Skittles, be quiet, bro. You are not involved, bro. You are not in this, bro. No, I'm not. But nah, honestly, like we're all very close. You know, we even during the games, there's rounds where we're like, yo, let's just try this for fun. You know, like we're just a cool group. We enjoy each other, and that's it, man. I'm happy.
Again, not really much I can say in terms of I can't emphasize how nice this is. I love this team chemistry. I've seen it in VZ. I've seen it in Hell. I've seen it in Zenith. I've seen it everywhere. Every team so far this tournament has been great, and really we're just all about enjoying our time. And really thank you guys so much for participating, and I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow. Can't wait to see you play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I
Have
say?
a great night.
Can I say one last thing?
Sure.
Oh.
Cold.
LeBron.
All right. All right. You guys
cold
take care.
gameplay.
Have a great night.
Ice cold gameplay.
All right, chat. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that last interview was entertaining. I know I didn't spend as much time with VZ, but considering FLC's request, I did have a little bit more time to spare with RVN. I promise a much more lengthy interview for both sides tomorrow.